Hi, brother teacher here. I want to share some things with you, and not that I don't share things with you on a regular basis and have been for years, but in this particular moment, this instance, I want to share something with you about your health. Uh, you know that all of us, I'm sure, can agree that we won't live forever. Not on in this earthly plane, in this physical body, this physiology that we currently occupy. So, wouldn't it stand to reason that we should do our utmost, our very best, to prolong our lives well within our own capability as long as we possibly can? And what I'm getting at is we need to pay attention and take better care of ourselves. There were things that we didn't learn when many of us were younger. There were things that we were not taught in school, traditional school. And some of these things we're finding out later in life, and oftentimes to our dismay, we find out that our ignorance has caused us to lose loved ones, to ill health, and to even lose our own health and vitality because we just simply didn't know certain things about us and our own biology. So, now's a good time. Now's a good day for us to start looking at health as wealth. No, not monetary wealth. That's something secondary. Your health is the most important thing that you possess. Because if you don't have good health, then you can't provide for you or anybody else. No family, you can't be around for friends, you cannot pursue goals and dreams and ambitions without good health. And I was reluctant to say great health in today's climate because all of the pills and potions and all of the chemicals and genetically modified organisms and chemicals and toxins in the air, in our water, in our food supply, and even in pharmaceutical drugs, it's killing us at alarming rates. I know there are some in certain industries that don't like to hear this type of talk, but it's the truth, as we used to say in church anyhow. It's the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, there are some fundamentals and or some basics that you must master right now. And since I have your attention, you need to pay attention right now if you care about your health and your well-being, your livelihood. The things that we can't control, we can't control. There's an old religious and or spiritual saying, God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the wisdom to change the things that I can. Okay, you want to know the difference, right? Accept the things that you can't change, but the things that you can change, you should. You should change. Don't wait until it's too late. I've worked in nursing before. I've seen people give up. I've seen people who didn't have the desire to push themselves a little bit further, and they shortened their lives. I've seen people die from diabetes, losing a toe, a foot, a leg, eyesight, and then ultimately dying. I've taken care of people with Alzheimer's, and I've seen them waste away. But did you not know, as one philosopher said, health begins in the gut and it ends in the gut. 85% of your immune system is in your gut. I'm not talking about your stomach. Contrary to popular belief, your gut is your large intestine, your colon. Most of your microbiome is there. So now, ladies and gentlemen, are you watching what you eat? Are you watching how you eat? And are you watching when you eat? We have a circadian rhythm that we were all born with. But because of our technology, modern society, and so forth, and various other factors, we have changed and left nature and began to do things other ways. Nature wins in the end. I just want you to know this. So it behooves you to find out what nature truly should be like as it relates to your body. Jethro Kloss did a book many years ago, maybe around the 60s or 70s. It's called Back to Eden. That's one book you might want to take note of and get it back to Eden. And Harvey Diamond did a book too, Fit for Life. Just another one that you might want to pick up. But there's many books that you can read, many authors that you can follow on health and wellness. And I'm not talking about pharmaceutical drugs. They have their place. But for the most part, we must do our part as human beings if we want to have our best and live our best lives. I know I was pushing a little fast, but here are some pointers. Make sure that the things that you eat are real food, wholesome food, whole food, complete food, not processed food. You can do the due diligence and the research on your own. It's real simple. It's not that complicated. You know what processed food is. Real food doesn't have ingredients. If you have to read a package, it's not completely real. It may contain some aspects of real food, but all of the other ingredients, you may want to consider what they are and what they do to you. Another thing is your water. Water has thousands of chemicals in it. Arsenic, chlorine, mercury, pharmaceutical drugs that have been flushed down the toilet and the sewer, recycled only back into our municipal water for us to drink, and even parasites. Many chemicals to kill off other chemicals that could have an adverse reaction in your human body. You can't boil everything out. Understand this. But you can start with a filter, a charcoal filter in your sink, in your bathroom, in your kitchen, and even on your shower head. Did you not know every time you take a hot shower, it opens up your pores and you absorb those chemicals that's in that water? Did you not know that? It's true. Now, another thing, sunlight. Sunshine vitamin. People say vitamin D is the sunshine vitamin. But let me tell you something. Vitamin D does not come from the sun, but the vitamin D needs the sun. You need to be exposed to 15-20 minutes of sunlight when you can, and it stimulates your body to produce vitamin D. That's the way it really goes. Okay? And another thing, make sure that when you eat, don't eat all day. Do you really have to eat all day? No. When does digestion take place? You don't want to eat right before bed. The thing that takes the most energy in your human body is digestion. Did you know that? What are you supposed to be doing when you sleep at night, ladies and gentlemen? Repairing. Your body's supposed to be rebuilding and repairing its cells and tissues, preparing you for the next day of vigor and vitality. It's not supposed to be working on digestion too while you're asleep. You're not supposed to have, in other words, food in your stomach while you sleep, because your body's working too hard. That is why you're sluggish in the morning and you feel lethargic and you still want to stay asleep. Did you know that? Think about it. And another thing, when you eat, when you're full, you stop. Don't eat past being full. Okay? Now, I know traditionally, most of us, when we were growing up, we were taught breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Do you have to have 3 meals a day and in between meals? Now, mind you, I'm not telling you to go against your doctor's advice. But don't be afraid to question your doctor. Ask him or her a question sometimes. Doctor, do I have to have this? Do I have to take this many meals? Do I have to take these pills even? Challenge any and everything as it relates to you, as it relates to us. Challenge it. You can do it respectfully and not embarrass or not put the person on the spot necessarily. You're only doing yourself a great service. I hope that these things were beneficial to you. And let me tell you something else about your circadian rhythm, ladies and gentlemen. When you go to sleep at night, your room should be dark. Because in the old days, agricultural era, farmers got up when the sun was coming up. They worked all day until the sun was going down, and then they went down and went to sleep. And so did the animals for the most part. But we created the clock to benefit us, the first, the second, and the third shifts, and so forth, throwing off our natural clock, the circadian rhythm. So when you're at home and you go to bed, close your drapes, your curtains. Let it be dark, no TV, no computer screen, no blue screen. Turn your computer off or your electronic devices, the lights and so forth. Even the night light in your room, turn it off about an hour to an hour and a half before you go to sleep so that you can get your best sleep. And another thing, cotton is the best material. It's natural. Your body breathes better. Your undergarments, your panties, ladies, your underwear, men, and your t-shirts and so forth, all of this acrylic and polyester, it's plastic. It's not real. Don't sleep with socks on if you can help it. If you do wear socks, wear white socks. White socks don't have the dyes in it that's absorbed into your skin, causing maybe potentially other things. And you shouldn't have anything with a tight waistband on it if you have pajamas on and so forth. It slows down your circulation, however small it might be. Okay? Now, I know you're going to say, brother teacher, I just learned something. Yes, you did. I'm sure you did. And I'm happy that you learned something. And if you found this video beneficial to you, please let me know in the comment section below.